Coq au vin sounds fancy in French, but I promise you it's simple and easy. The sauce is so good you'll want to drink it, and the chicken falls off the bone. It's the easiest Sunday dinner you could possibly imagine making. So come with me and I'll show you how to make this simple, fancy bistro food at home. Coq au vin. What it really comes down to, a one-pot wonder with some delicious bits and bobs. It takes very little time to put together. You pop it in the oven and Bob's your uncle. It's done. A few hours later, you've got yourself a banging dinner. It's so simple to do and really not complicated. So let's jump into this classic coq au vin. Okay, here in my bowl is the chicken. You can see here I marinated it earlier on. Ideally, you want to give this 12 hours, overnight maybe. But a few hours, all good. I've used half a bottle of red wine. I've put my chicken drumsticks in there, a couple of cloves of garlic, and a bunch of thyme. And so now that is all here. The only other things that you need for this classic dish, some onions, some bacon, and some mushrooms. I've also got a little bit of chicken stock, and if you don't know how to make chicken stock, I've added a video up here about chicken stock, using up your waste, and a great way to store it. So go have a look there if you've never made chicken stock before, or you want to know a good way to keep it in your freezer. It's space saving and absolutely fab. And I've also got some tomato paste, and then the only other thing is the pot. We're going to sear everything off in here. It's where it's all going. C'est tout. That's it. Done. Easy as. So let's just do the tiny bit of prep we need to do, which is do the onions, the mushrooms and the bacon, and then we can get to the stove, get this guy on and get it in the oven. What I'm going to do just before I get that done is sort out the wine. So what you can do is start to get this cooking and reducing down so that by the time you're ready to go, you can just add it in. You don't have to wait for it to glaze, to go down, blah, blah, blah. This way, much easier. So drain off all the red wine. Doesn't matter if the bits go in there because all we're going to do is reduce this. It's all going in there anyway, so if we've got some extra bits in here, not a problem. So that's going on, low heat at the back, starting to reduce. Chicken also ready to sear off, so that's also going to go over to the stove. And now the quantities here are a little bit up to you. I love mushrooms, so I always put a few extra in. So I've got about 10 mushrooms here. I'm just going to cut them up into chunks, some into quarters, some just in half, because that gives a nice little bit of texture. The bacon, just going to cut it up into chunks. Now if you're watching this and you live in Europe, pancetta is the one. But very difficult to get hold of here in New Zealand. Well, you can get it in the big cities, but I live in a very small town. Quite hard to come by. But, you know, the stuff you can get even at Tesco's, the one that's already pre-cut into the nice lovely little chunks of pancetta, that is the one. But also very minimal to do this. Because this is already sliced, we are going to lose a little bit of its integrity when it gets cooked for a long time. And then the onions, these guys, you want to keep a little bit of the root end on, so we'll just take that off, cut them into quarters with that root still intact, because that's going to hold it together. And what's great is if you cut it with the skin on, with the root end intact, it makes it so much easier to peel. And classically, what would go into this is the small little pickling onions, but who's got time to peel them? I'm already annoyed that I've got to peel these two. So, you know, pickling onions, no thank you. You still get the same result from a regular one. And that there, my friends, is all you need for coq au vin. So, I would say all up, we've been about 10 minutes this morning, the 5 minutes to marinate the chicken, and the 5 minutes to do this prep now. When I say one pot wonder that's very easy, I mean it. So a great classic winter warmer that is just phenomenal and super easy. Let's get to the stove and get this thing cooked. So what's really important here is that you just want a medium heat, but you do want to make sure that you get colour on everything that goes into the pan, but you want to make sure that you're not burning the bottom. So first off, we're going to put some oil in, we're going to brown the chicken off. As you can see here, really great colour all around. Take that out, pop it to one side. Then we're going to go in with the bacon. We're going to cook that all off, get it nice and crispy, get all that bacon fat coming out, because then we're going to put in the mushrooms. Cook Cook them again. You want to get a little bit of colour on this. That's what it's all about. It's just kind of gathering up that colour. If the pan is starting to look a little bit dark on the bottom, you can just deglaze it with a tiny touch of water like this, just to kind of get all them bits off, because you don't want them burning, like I said in the beginning. And then lastly but not least, we'll go in with the onions and toss them round in it. Get a little bit of colour on them too. And that is all. Then we go in with a good 2 tablespoons of tomato puree. Cook that in the fat that's in the bottom. Saute it all off. I did just add just a touch more oil just to make sure that it gets cooked out. And then I add in a tablespoon of flour, just so that the sauce can thicken while it cooks in the oven. And add in this half reduced red wine, pour that in, let that cook for a minute or 2 with everything. Add all of the items back in, then add your chicken stock, cover the chicken, lid on, into the oven. It's going in at 180 degrees, so that's like 350 Fahrenheit for about 45 to an hour, and this bad boy's done. Chicken, still cooking, here's in the oven. But we've only got about 20 minutes left, so I'm gonna get some mash working to go with it. Quintessentially classic, but utterly delicious. So super easy, just peel them into your cold water onto the pan. But maybe if you didn't want mash and you wanted something else, I've got some other cracking recipes in this video about potatoes. So if you weren't looking for mash for this dinner, maybe there's something in there for you. And always make sure when you're boiling potatoes, add a touch of salt to them. Oh my God, you cannot imagine how good, this smells. Just look at that. Oh my God, everything is soft. The chicken, so succulent. Look at that. Oh. So the only thing that we need to do now is just season it. And I don't really like to season it before. I mean, you can season the chicken a little, but you never really know how salty the bacon might be. So that's always the thing. That means seasoning it at the end is better. Oh yeah, that's the one. And I mean, this sauce already, as you can see here, is delicious and thick. But that secret restaurant trick I was talking about, it's butter. I mean, honestly, the best recipes in the world are full of it, and I guarantee when you go out and eat things, you would be scared about how much butter goes in there. But for this, we're just gonna add in a little knob, and it's gonna make it silky smooth. And we can plate this up. 1 and 2. Stir it in. Let it melt. And we are ready to go. Apologies for that little section there. My mic seemed to have died and I realised, and so we just had to do a little bit of sorting out. Anyways, let's get back to this beauty, which still looks absolutely incredible, and that butter, honestly, next level, just really elevates this dish to something quite phenomenal. And now it's time to serve. I've just got that potato, and all I did was add butter to it. Salt and pepper, nothing fancy, because this is so rich and so unctuous, it just doesn't need it. You don't need to chuck loads of cream or anything in there. It's just perfect the way it is. So now, let's get this stuff on the plate. Oh, I mean, just them perfect little chicken legs. Oh, they are just phenomenal. Layer on plenty of that sauce with all the bits. I mean, just look at it. Oh, it is just classic French perfection. I mean, look at that chicken. It just it just falls away from the bone. Incredible. It's incredible. It's like, I mean, it's just incredible. You have literally done nothing to that chicken apart from colouring it a little bit in the pan. Nothing. It is now this like delectable, soft, incredible thing. You've got amazing mushrooms, buttery mash, and oh my god. Oh my god, that sauce, oh my god, that sauce. Oh my god, honestly, that is phenomenal. There's a reason why this is a classic and why bistro food is so simple. You don't need a lot of ingredients, you don't need a lot of know-how, and you can create the most incredibly tasty food. Oh, I mean, if anyone has been to France and had this is just like, it's just like winter comfort food 101. And I just can't tell you how bloody good it is. Any single one of you out there could make it, I promise you. But that is it for today. I'm gonna go and eat the rest of this for my dinner. If you've enjoyed this episode, or if you've made this before, let me know in the comment section down below. I love to hear from you. If you're looking for any recipes as well, head to my website. They're all there. There is so much there. You will just have endless food to cook forever. But for now, I gotta go. Oh my god, honestly, that sauce with the butter, and it just makes the most incredible difference. It just makes it so rich. Anyways, I love you all, and I'll see you next week. I hope you've enjoyed this as much as I have. Ciao!